Frank, hold it steady. I'm gonna put the star on the top of the tree.
Hold on, let me plug it in first.
Whoa! Watch the food, will you, Frank? I got an EDGEFINDER alert I want to look at.
I got you.
The food, Frank, not the charts.
Oh, yeah, sure thing. You didn't leave the keys in the spaceship, did you?
Yeah, I did. Why?
I think someone just stole it.
Oh, gosh. You know what? Whatever. That was kind of a last month thing anyways.
I think I just saw Santa walk past the window.
Frank, the food! You left the oven on!
This holiday season, give yourself the gift you know that you've been wanting. A funded trading account with FX2. FX2 allows you to earn real profits on a simulated account up to $200,000. To start, select any of their one-step evaluations. We know things can get pretty hectic during the holidays, but you can take your time with the evaluations because there's no time limit to complete them. And with FX2, once you pass, they'll even refund your evaluation fee during your first withdrawal. You can collect up to 85% of the profits that you gain on your account. You can buy a whole lot of presents with that kind of money. Get funded with FX2 today and find the most wonderful trades of the year.
All right, guys, welcome back to another live stream. Thank you for being here with me. We are counting down the days till Christmas. It is December 20th, and Christmas is right around the corner. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for being here. We got some people in the chat already, about 100 of you guys hanging out. And we're going to do a little bit of market analysis. We are running in, like I said, we're getting close to the end in terms of, before Christmas time. And I will say that for the remainder of this year, it is expected for market volatility to be a little lighter than usual. And why would that be? Well, of course, everybody is kind of stepping away from the holidays, but I do want to encourage you, if you're somebody who was with us here yesterday on stream, we pointed out something really important that I've noticed over the years of doing this. Every year, there's this recurring pattern where people are very optimistic for the new year when it comes to trading. Like, next year is going to be my year. And while I think that that energy is from a great mindset, or from like a great place, like I'm going to improve my trading next year, I do also want to say that if you seriously want to improve your trading, if you really want to be a better trader next year, then don't start next year. Don't start after the holidays. And I could say this, from my own personal journey, when I would, back in college, when I was, really learning to trade all the time, I was spending so much time just like studying and stuff. Holidays were like a time where I didn't have classwork to get in my way, and I could just spend more time back testing and studying. And it is one of those things that if you want to become a real professional trader at some point in your life, it starts now. And it means working when it's not necessarily fun to work. That's just the reality. Trading is a big commitment. It's very difficult to learn. And, for those of you guys, which is most of us, whether you're a full-time student, full-time job, if you want this thing, you've got to spend some time. And I do want to say that, holidays, there are probably some downtimes where if you are serious about this stuff, you can spend some time doing some back testing, researching, learning, whether that be anything from watching videos to spending time on a back testing software like Forex Tester, which is one of our stream sponsors here, by the way. If you do want to check out Forex Tester, it's a wonderful back testing software. There is a link for that down below in the description. But And Bren says, I've been studying, spending the last 4 months back and forward testing and studying to get ready for 2024. Bren, I respect that. Definitely the right kind of way to approach it. If you're somebody, again, if you're looking to take trading to the next level in 2024, do not start in 2024. Start right now. I'm telling you, it is. I think I'm so like bent out of shape about that topic just because it kind of gets like to a point where it's like you hear that every year and then the same people are blowing their account because they don't actually do anything about it. So don't be that person. Be the person that you know, be someone like Bren who's putting in the work, right? Anyways, let's take a look at some markets here. Dollar index trading just off of its lows, but still very, very weak here off of the daily chart. Part of the reason here, part of the predominant reason is yields continue to fall. And if you're not too familiar with studying yields, the bond market trades heavily based off of what the Fed and their monetary policy is expected to be. So if inflation is expected to rise and interest rates are expected to go up, usually you see yields rising. But if the Fed is expected to cut rates and inflation is expected to cool, which is what we're sort of seeing right now, that is a really powerful indicator. If you've ever heard the monologue or mantra, don't fight the Fed, one of the best ways to make sure that you're watching the Fed is keep an eye on the 2-year. 2-year yield gives you a general idea about monetary policy and its path of least resistance. Right now, that would lend us to be, again, bearish dollar, bullish equities, bullish gold, etc. So that's how we'll approach today. I mean, this is, when I say that I talk about, the dollar index very frequently, really I look at the dollar index, but perhaps even more important is the yields. At the end of the day, monetary policy is either with you or against you with most of your trades. If you're trading gold, oil, indices, USD pairs, you got to watch to see what the Fed is up to. It is really, really important. So anyways, trend seems to be lower here on the 10-year. Same thing. We're seeing, a pretty big decline there as well. And so when we take that over to the dollar index, that is, again, a supporting indicator of more bearishness to come, in my opinion. So as we've broken this level of support, if you do get a kind of pullback into this region, overall path of least resistance for me going into the new year is still dollar bearish. I think we could be headed back down to test 100. 100 may seem far away, but again, 100 is this level over here. Take a look. We previously really strongly bounced off of the 100 mark, and I'll go ahead and mark it as a possible area of interest going into the next few weeks. So longer term possible target for the dollar is that back to 100 mark. We may have some pullbacks in the meantime, but breakouts, pullbacks, that sort of thing, generally speaking, until we see a shift in something from the Fed, that's going to keep me on the dollar bearish side. So with that said, what do we do with that? Well, then when we take a look at currency pairs, if you're somebody watching the euro dollar, I've been pointing out that the idea of a breakout here could be interesting. So if you get a push past resistance, this could be a nice, continuation play. Same with the pound dollar. I do have a pound dollar long trade. Am I still in that trade? Let me check. I am, but barely. Look at this. My stop loss, which was trailed at this red line, just barely hanging on. If that level gets taken out today, we'll be out for profit. Entry was taken a couple days back, several days back, but still holding on to this swing trade. We'll see how that one plays out. Happy to hold this one if it wants to keep pushing, but we'll definitely need to take profits if price breaks support here in the coming days. So yeah, gonna keep a close eye on it as well. So I also want to just warn people, if you're somebody new to trading, is anybody really new to trading? Do me a quick favor. Please be honest. If you're somebody new, please let us know. We'd love to, we like new people here. We don't shame new traders. Let us know in the chat really quick. How long have you been trading? Are you somebody who's been trading for 1 month, 6 months, a year? Let me know. Also, here's an update on the S&P trade. It's pulling back here, or it was. Let's take a look. Update on S&P. slight pullback. I mean, it's not really too much. What's my expectations? Well, I'm going to get into that in just a second here, guys. Let me talk about this. 3 years, 2 years, 3 months, 3 months in March, 3 years, always a student, few months. Cool. 2 days, David FX. Can anybody beat David FX? 2 days? David, are you actually, I feel like you've been doing it longer than 2 days. You have a profile, you have a whole YouTube name, David FX. I feel like that's cap. Who's the newest trader in the room? Let us know. Be honest, speak up, because there's nothing to be ashamed about. Just started a week ago, learning as much as I can. Mom, that's awesome. New traders and traders who have 2 hours. Okay, that might be the winner. Let me say something. Just a heads up for all traders who are newer to the space. This period of the time of year is notoriously a quiet time in markets. Now, the reason that is very important to know is that when you take a trade, there's something called a spread. This is how brokerages make money, right? The brokerage that you sign up with, if you do decide to create a live account, etc., when you take a trade, you want to enter the market. Let's say you want to buy. You want to enter it here. Well, your brokerage says, okay, you want to enter it there. We'll give you an entry here. They'll buy it and sell it to you. And that little difference in price is how a brokerage makes money, right? It's called the spread. Well, during holidays, and this is just a little bit of a tip for the newer traders and people who just want to, a little reminder, this spread widens during the holiday season. Why? Because volume is looser. Like there's less volume in the markets right now. Think about it from a secular point of view. People are away from the charts. They're spending time with their families. They're taking a holiday, etc. So there's less volume. The point I'm trying to get at is that during this time, be careful trading because the volatility is much lower or not necessarily the volatility, but the volume is much lower. And so your spreads are going to probably be not so great. 1 week. That's awesome. I started yesterday. Hey, the truth is, many of you guys and my regular friends, you can probably vouch for this too. Many of you guys won't make it. That's the reality. Many new traders, not to be, I hope that if you're here within your very beginnings of your trading career, I hope that you let me scare you just a little bit, because the Lambo lifestyle, the people holding up MetaTrader 4 with like $5 million in fake profits to deceive new people, that stuff will cause you to be a pitfall. People like me, the negative, scary, pessimist. I'm not pessimistic, I don't think. I try to be a little bit more of like your dad in the trading space. How like your dad is like, think about this, son or daughter, The point is, I hope that if you watch my channel, you're going to get a real impression of what trading is. And that is our goal here as a channel. We do not put out nonsense. So if you're new, I do want to encourage you, hit that thumbs up button, hit subscribe. We'll take care of you. We'll teach you some simple stuff that won't lead you astray. We're not here to deceive you or to lie to you or any of that nonsense. Okay. Wait, Dad, is that you? It is. I've been looking for you, son. Don't say that, Nick, I'm going to make it. Hey, I wish you well, and I wish that you will. I'm not saying that you can't make it. Please don't mistake it. It's just that genuinely, when you hear 99% of traders fail, genuinely, it is like 99.9% of people in some point give up in trading because it is really, really difficult. It looks easy. From the outside, it looks easy. But it's hard. It's the hardest thing. It's one of the hardest things I've ever done to become profitable trading. And I'm not even exaggerating. It is so incredibly difficult. And there's always more to learn. I've been doing this every day as a career. YouTube, we offer services. I've been trading my own money. I've been doing this for 8 years straight, every day, 80-hour weeks. And, it's still hard, and it's still so much learning. So anyways, we're kind of on a rant today because the markets are quieter. I mentioned volume a little lower. Today might be a ranting day, to be completely honest with you. In terms of market setups, I do want to talk a little about dollar yen. Dollar yen did end up playing out nicely. I believe, shout out to H Ballout. I think you were talking about dollar yen yesterday. Seems to be doing quite well. We'll see if that does indeed stay the case. Hardest part is fighting your own psychology, revenge trading. Totally is psychological, but here's another thing that is hard. And I like this is one of my stronger points in trading. Do you know why trading is really, really hard? It's actually way simpler than people might expect. It's not just like, oh, mentally it's hard to like see the swings in money. That absolutely is true. You know what's really hard about trading? Markets are not that predictable. If you watch a YouTube video where somebody's like, oh, well, when the moving averages cross, it's not that easy. Sure, those things can be useful. I'm not saying they're useless. I'm saying markets are not that predictable. If you understand statistics, which I'm not by any means like a super proficient statistics person, but even basic understanding of probabilities, you go spend some time backtesting, the markets are not as predictable as they seem on the surface. That is why trading is hard. It's because everybody with these fancy million indicator or million price action names and nicknames and trying to overcomplicate it, you actually get down to the accuracy and backtesting these things. It's not as accurate as YouTube would have you believe. That's the truth. It's really difficult. And I'm not trying to discourage. I'm trying to warn that please don't go risk a bunch of your hard-earned money. Please stick to a demo account. And then when you feel like you've thoroughly backtested, then maybe it's time to look at it differently. Speaking of looking at it differently, if you are somebody who I saw there were people who have been here for a lot longer who they might just be like, yep, Nick, you're right. Been through all that, made those dumb mistakes too, just like I have, just like most people have. If you are somebody who is looking for an actual brokerage, if you're outside of the US, I've got a really cool pick for you that will also allow you to get free access to our software, the EDGEFINDER. If you want this for free, you can get it with our brokerage that we are partnered up with. To hear more information about that, stick around. We'll just roll a quick thank you to our sponsor, Eightcap. There's information in the description and in this upcoming clip about how you can get free access to stuff. Check this out.
The holiday season. Many people think it's the most wonderful time of the year. While everyone's out and about, grabbing gifts for loved ones, don't forget to get something for the most important person on your list. You. Yes, get something nice for yourself. Get yourself the gift of a premier trading software and community by signing up with Eightcap. Eightcap is in the giving spirit because they're handing out the A1 EDGEFINDER 100% for free. In order to join in on the holiday fun, just create a trading account with Eightcap, and if you stuff your account full of funds like a stocking over the fireplace, you'll get access to the EDGEFINDER and our trading Discord. So don't forget to give yourself a gift this holiday season and sign up with Eightcap using the link being dropped in the chat now or in the description down below. Don't get put on the naughty list. Trade with Eightcap.
All right, guys, and there you go. Thank you to Eightcap for supporting our show here. And again, sign up information is in the chat. You can get free stuff when you sign up, create an account with them. Okay, so I wanted to pull up gold here. Gold daily chart. Seems like it found pretty good solid support. Broke out, pulled back, found support again. I mentioned yesterday that I really am bummed that I missed the pullback here. I am bullish on gold going into the new year. I think it has some good potential to squeeze higher. Here's a 4-hour chart view. We're struggling here, and I want to caution again, we've got Christmas around the corner. Volume is expected to dry up. I would not be surprised if gold were to do this for the next couple of days, right? If it's just were to trade sideways. If you're thinking, oh, I got to buy it, I got to sell it, you probably have way more time. In my personal opinion, right now, you probably have more time than you think to make a decision because gold is probably going very nowhere. Just by probability speaking here, you have very low volume due to the holidays. Things are really quieting down. We are taking half days for the rest of the week here at A1 after today because things are really quiet in markets, and obviously we're a market coverage company. So when things get real quiet, it becomes a little quieter in the markets, as you would imagine. So in terms of gold, if I am wrong about that, we do get a huge spike in some sort of catalyst. Now, what would happen here? Unfortunately, it would probably be some geopolitical scare, right? Yeah. If we get some sort of big, huge catalyst, then I take a closer look. But it's going to take me something big to really look at gold or oil or anything really right now to enter a bunch of trades. Again, I'm almost trying to just warn people that right now is a really tough time to trade because volume is low. So likely follow through is like not as likely. So like, for example, if you're looking at gold or the euro and you're saying, oh, I want a big continuation move, I think it's a little less likely. In fact, I think, see how big these candles are? I think you're probably more likely to get candles like this for a while, like quiet, boring candles until people come back from the holidays. Okay. The reason I keep saying this is because a lot of people are going to go out there and just like force trades because now they got a little time to work from home, or they have a little, time before the holidays. They have some free time. Please understand, the professionals have gone home. The professionals who do this for a living, like they do this every day. A lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them are wrapping it up this week. Tomorrow, Friday, they're going to be done for the holidays. And so the only people who are going to be trading, or a lot of people who are going to be trading, are going to be the retail crowd, which doesn't really have the volume to make huge spikes in the market that last, right? That's going to be your banks and institutional money, moving money, throughout, the euro, the pound, the gold market, whatever. So again, I just want to caution people about that. Your skin tone is whiter than my teeth. I am really white. Let me see if I can change colors. Suddenly I'm tanner. Isn't that cool? Still pretty white. Yeah. So anyways, guys, today is going to be a short stream. I just want to give a warning about that. But I do want to say, if you're somebody who is looking to sign up for our VIP group, I want to just say this. If you're somebody who is trying to get ready for 2024, if you've heard my rant today and it's spoken to you, if you are trying to get ready for 2024 the right way, I genuinely mean this. I think that you should consider our VIP group. And I know it sounds like one big plug, and it is a shameless plug, but it's not actually, it's a good plug. Okay. Let me say something. If you're looking to become a better trader in 2024, if you want to heed my advice of get started right now, I've got a couple things for you. Number one, join our free Telegram. We've also got a poll in there. So here's a totally free way to improve your trading in 2024. Okay, number one, join our Telegram. It is genuinely free value each and every day. We put out polls on the channel, which are fun to look at. And, you can learn a lot from the polls, by the way, which we'll check that poll in just a moment. You can join our Telegram, totally free. Get some daily analysis from Frank and I. We're putting out analysis, research, fundamentals, technicals, chart pattern setups. We're putting out tons of stuff totally for free in our Telegram. So if you're not already in there, that is free game for you. And if you're interested in investing a little bit in your education, if you're trying to take this stuff seriously, here's your step two. Step two, if you're interested in joining our VIP service. Again, this is not a free option, but if you are interested in it, you can join our Discord VIP group. Within this Discord, I'm just going to show you some of the perks. And then I'm going to do something cool for you. Okay, so within the Discord, a couple things. First of all, the trades being shared are on real accounts. No nonsense, no BS. They're either being traded on funded accounts or our personal live capital. Okay. So no nonsense, no demo accounts, no MT4, no, oh, look at us. We made 5 million pips today and it's not on a regulated brokerage. No, regulated brokerages, live capital. Okay. We have helped many, many traders go from not funded to funded or unprofitable to profitable. We have assisted many, many traders who are willing to take that trek to profitability with us. You get access to all the trades being shared, which includes all of our trade alerts with entries, exits, stops, and most importantly, detailed analysis on each and every trade. When we share a trade, it's like our trading journal. We write out why we're taking the trade, the risk behind the trade, how we're managing both the technicals and fundamentals. You also get access to our strategies in detail. So if you want access to our strategies, you can download them in PDF form. If you want access to our coaching webinars, Ivan does coaches. He does webinars where he coaches our members a couple times a week, and you can actually ask your questions on a small group scale and learn from somebody who's been doing it for a very long time. You can also join our chat rooms and meet other traders who are dedicated to this stuff and in the same, mindset about taking this stuff very seriously. So if you want to join us, here's a quick plug for you. If you click this link and direct message us, we will give you 40% off. This is our holiday sale, and we did this yesterday. Today is the last day. 40% off. If you send us a direct message, you can join our VIP, set yourself up for the new year. If you want to take this stuff seriously next year, start right now. Send us a direct message, come join us, come get in on the action, and let's do 2024 together. It'll be great. It's Webb. Jason says it's worth it. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Yeah. I mean, I know people get all taboo about like, oh, so-and-so is selling something. Well, I absolutely am selling something, but I'm selling you something backed by live brokerage statements, something that works, and genuine value that I think is lacking in the industry. Most people will not show you live trading accounts. When you guys see me take trades, there is no nonsense. I do not fake anything. I do not overhype things. And my point was saying that is because I think you should consider, if you're watching other people who do not back up their claims with live account statements, get them off your feed. That's my opinion, right? Because again, you don't know if they even have any profitability to their name. So yeah, we will never promise you to get rich quick. We'll never give you that fake nonsense or anything like that. This stuff is incredibly difficult. But if you are serious about it and you want to take it to the next level in 2024, get serious, come join our action inside of the VIP. Again, yeah. How much per month? Pratish, send us a message. Someone from our team will get you hooked up with the discount right now that we're doing. Again, it's our holiday sale, so you get a nice discount. I don't actually know off the top of my head what it'll be, but if you shoot us a DM, someone from my staff will get you hooked up with the best price we've got right now. If you're wondering cost, just ask about the pricing. Just shoot us a DM. Chandler, if you don't mind dropping that link one more time for people. With that said, guys, that's going to wrap up the show. But last thing, we got to do the poll. Hold on. Let me make sure I don't miss out on the poll. This was a good one. All right. So what is your trading goal for the new year? Guys, if you're in the Telegram, make sure you voted on this. We've got 197 votes. So let's see what people say. What is your trading goal for the new year? Becoming profitable, getting off of a demo account, getting funded, buying the EDGEFINDER. Come on. Exploring new markets, trading full time, joining a trading community, back testing, coming up with a new strategy, catching my best trades yet, and other. What is mine? Becoming profitable, getting off of a demo account, getting funded. Those three would not, I already have the EDGEFINDER. Exploring new markets. Are there any new markets that I should be exploring? Maybe this one is relevant to me. This year, I really explored bonds. I will say, for me in 2024, I've really explored bonds quite a bit. And I'll tell you just a little bit of a personal side. My wife and I, we want to buy a house at some point, but we're not quite there in terms of the housing market is kind of crazy. And we also, we want to buy a little bit more home, a little bit further out from the city. And so we kind of have this idea, but we're not quite there. So in the meantime, while we wait, we browse, we figure it out. This year, I really explored bonds to just kind of park money in treasuries and, high grade corporate bonds. So I explored that new market. So I did that this year to kind of park money while we wait. Trading full time. I don't technically do that. I suppose I could, but I don't trade full time because I also have a day job. And I think that that's important to consider. At the end of the day, if you don't, let me say something that is so taboo in this industry. You ready? You guys ready for this? If you're somebody who wants to trade for a living someday, but you enjoy your current job, there is nothing wrong with keeping the job and funding your trading from it. Anybody doing that? Anybody actually kind of like their job and they're okay to keep their job and they're funding their trading account for maybe that one day where they do take the lift and they're like, you know what? Now I'm going to go full-time trade. Everybody wants to rush to the full-time trading side, but do you know how much stress? I don't think, even though I could do it, I don't want to trade full-time right now. The amount of stress that you would have to have if your bills depended on your short-term income from your trading, that is so stressful. You know what my opinion is on the matter? Find a job that you actually like and that you don't mind. You have some sort of creative outlet. You feel fulfilled in your role, and you can use it to fund your trading account for that eventual day when you do say, you know what? Now I'm going to kick the job to the side because it's totally optional and I'll just trade my money. Does anybody, if you agree with that, type yes in the chat. If that resonates with you, do me a quick favor, type yes in the chat, because this is so underrated. People, if you hate your job, I think you should get out of it. I think you should find something that is cool to you, that makes you feel fulfilled, and use it to fund your trading for the day that eventually, without any sweat, you could trade full time. I know everybody doesn't like that. It's taboo. Like, right? Everybody in trading is like, oh yeah, no, replace your income with this stuff immediately. I disagree. Find something that you like doing during the day. And if you're a swing trader, trading takes me an hour or less a day. So what am I going to do with the rest of my time? I'm a productive dude in my 20s. Like, I'm not going to just sit around and on the beach and wait. I gotta build stuff, create stuff outside of my 1 hour of trading a day. Social media is so deceiving in that regard. I'm doing that now. Hey, Juan, more power to you. But I hate my job. If you hate your job, switch your jobs. I'm not saying you should just work something that you hate so that 20 years from now you can trade full time. I'm saying find something you actually enjoy, even if it means a little bit of a pay cut. Who cares? If it makes you happy, and then you can also trade on the side, and eventually your trading income surpasses your job income, hey, what's wrong with that? Absolutely nothing wrong with that. Consumer confidence came out. Sorry about that, guys. I missed the news. Consumer confidence did give a little bit of boost here. Dollar index trading a bit lower off of that. By the way, let me finish this poll. Coming up with a new strategy. I think I'm going to stick to what works for me. Catching my best trade yet. This, honestly, I feel like this is always my goal, but I don't really control when that happens. Again, if you've been watching, I'm currently in my best trade, my record trade, the S&P position that I've been in. But yeah, I'm always shooting to beat my best trade ever. I use trailing stops. So my best trade ever, I don't expect it to happen in 2024 because I had such an anomaly move here in the S&P this year. Right? We caught it down here, still in the trade. This is a daily chart. We've been in this thing for a month and 20 days. Just has been trailing, right? So, yeah. I read, back test, and go swimming. Hey, that's awesome. Hey, Christopher, what's up? Full-time realtor, not in the area, or I'd reach out. Property manager and builder, love it, and trade for about an hour or two a day, and it works. Hey, that is awesome. And see, you got something cool to do outside of just trading, right? Realtor work is awesome. probably a little challenging in this. I've got some friends who are realtors as well. The interest rate stuff has been a bit challenging, I imagine, but rates seem to be coming down. Same reason why the stock market's flying, right? Is teaching others about trading count as a job? Absolutely. Totally does. However, I will say if you're considering becoming some sort of mentor or offering some sort of services, here's my opinion. And I think it should be pretty obvious, but it's not. You should be able to prove that you're actually profitable. And you'd be surprised how few notable figures have ever proved anything in trading. So many social media people have never proved a dang thing about their abilities in the markets. They just talk the talk. How does this news affect the current market? So anyways, yeah, final thoughts on becoming some sort of trading coach or things like that. If that's something you're looking to do, I just think you should be able to put up a track record, period. I mean, a year plus of public performance on a third-party site or brokerage statements, login, that sort of thing. Show it, because it'll add to your credibility and you'll shine amongst the stars of, fake gurus. Okay, so CB consumer confidence came out 110 compared to 104.6. That's pretty good. I mean, this is like a consumer read, right? How is the consumer feeling about things like that? So level of composite index based on surveyed households. This is a financial confidence is a leading indicator of consumer spending, right? The consumer being healthy is really important for the performance of businesses and also the economy. So this survey is about 3,000 households and rates the relative level of current and future economic conditions, including labor availability, business conditions, and overall economic situation. So a better than expected reading here. It's probably going to cause stocks to pop a little bit, as we've seen, which is good. So S&P up on this news. Probably not good for gold. I'm just going to say, because again, remember that the economy being better than expected is not actually a super positive thing for gold. Gold typically does well when the economy is shaky and you're seeing even perhaps recession fears. That's when gold really rockets. So this news did not necessarily help the gold bulls. It kind of propels the indices bulls. The dollar index is it's slightly down on this. Which actually in some ways makes sense if you think about, okay, economy hanging in there, but inflation coming down. Fed doesn't need to rate hike, but the economy is staying relatively decent. That sounds Goldilocks, right? And Goldilocks, what I mean by that is not too hot, not too cold, right? The old, childhood story, which is exactly what the stock market wants to hear. Goldilocks, Goldilocks, Goldilocks. Are you a full-time trader? No. If I was absolutely just a full-time trader, I wouldn't be streaming on YouTube. I have a business. I build software tools at the end of the day. I also make money from YouTube ad revenue. I do genuinely trade. That is a portion of my my income, but I do other things as well. How much do you need to start flipping houses? I wouldn't know. That is probably a better question for our real estate friends. I work in the morning with trading, and the rest of the day I manage my flipping house business. Hey, that's awesome. Very cool. So yeah, Juan says at my beginning, I hated my job, tried to leave it and tried to replace it, but was impossible because of the pressure. Now I refocus on my normal job to funding my account, and magically my trading improved a lot. Very cool. I'm going to say something. I think I genuinely might be a worse trader if I didn't have something to preoccupy my days. During the day, I am, neck deep in software development, content creation, helping my team on the support side, with our partnerships. So there's a lot of stuff that after the stream ends and after my trading ends that I continue to proceed to do. And it's great for my trading because then I'm not staring at my chart all day long perhaps going to make some sort of dumb, impulsive decisions or overtrade. I think that it's, in my opinion, I don't think full-time trading is all that it is cracked up to be. And actually, I before I went into the software side of my business, there was a period where I only did YouTube. I edited my own videos. It was just me and myself and my eye. And I would basically spend my morning live streaming, trading. I would edit a video, and I would be absolutely done with my entire day by like 11 a.m. And you might say, holy, that is an amazing lifestyle. I hated it, because if you know me, I also just love to be productive and work. I really enjoy doing stuff all day long. Like I have a hard time sitting still. And a lot of you probably relate. A lot of you might seem on paper like, oh, that sounds really good. But I felt like, I had more to do. And so I ended up, we have an office and a team of people, and I think that we're doing really cool stuff, far more stuff than I could have done as a solopreneur kind of thing, right? Trading and creating YouTube videos. While that was a wonderful, phase in my life, I don't see going back to it right now, because I enjoy building stuff with a team of people and changing a lot of lives. I feel like we do something really cool for the industry. I'm going to be honest. That is what gets me up every day. It's like the idea that so many people are using our software tools, and so many people are learning from our videos, and the stuff that we're putting out is helping people. That is cool. Sure, we also, of course, do it for the money, but I do genuinely get a lot of satisfaction out of it. If I was only doing it for the money, I would probably just do that 11 a.m. lifestyle, but that's not what I was into. I like the idea of building stuff. UK CPI was cooler than expected. Does it mean they'll also cut rates? Let's go look. Did the pound come down? Well, pound USD did rally a bit off of these lows, but came down. That was 2 a.m. So I'm going to imagine that was probably when. Yeah. Yep. 2 a.m. 3.9%. Oh, that was we're going to be talking about that later on the podcast. I can tell you that right now. Low. I don't know how I missed this. CPI, much cooler than expected in the UK. That is going to change things perhaps a little bit with the Bank of England's outlook in terms of rate cuts. Perhaps they're going to do a little bit of catch up, and that might be why the pound is trading lower here today. I still think dollar is going to set the story. And the next meeting, I don't actually know when the next meeting is from the Fed. I'll stay in the trade that I'm in as long as we hold support here. If that breaks, I'm out. Stop loss is trailed, so I will take profits for a small profit if that happens. But if this market rallies, takes out this high, I'd like to trail stops more. So we'll see. I remember watching your live streams when NAS was at 8,500. Wow. NAS is at like 16.7 right now, 16.8. When was 8,000? 8,000. Oh, so you're one of our 2020 friends. That's awesome. I started on YouTube in 2018. Like I started on YouTube like here. So we've seen different types of markets, down markets, up markets, crazy sell-off markets, crazy rally markets, prolonged bear markets, and then what we see right now, which is big market move now again. Anyways, guys, that's going to wrap up the show. I got some other things to get done here in the office today. As I mentioned, very low volume days coming. So be very careful in markets. I would say, don't take trades unless you really have a good reason to do so. I have 2 trades open myself. What trades are you in? I am in the S&P long position still that I've been in for a little while. Which has been a pretty crazy mover. And then I am also long pound USD, as I mentioned, with a stop loss just below these lows. Both of these trades were shared inside of our VIP group. And I do want to remind you that we are doing our 40% off sale. This is our last call for this 40% off sale for the holiday sale today. If you would like to get 40% off of our VIP signals, you get access and updates to all of our trade alerts. Frank, myself, and Ivan, when we are sharing trades, you get those sent directly to your phone, to your desktop. If that's something that you're interested in getting, click that link in the chat now. Send us a message. Let us know you heard about the 40% off holiday sale, and we will get you that significant discount while we are speaking. And again, do that right now before the stream ends so they know that you just tuned in and that you heard about that discount, and we'll make sure to get you those discounted prices. All right, guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you back next time.
Here's the perfect gift for any trader on your list. Forex Tester is an incredible software tool that allows you to go back in time and trade real markets using their demo account software. You can test your strategies, theories, and your skills on any market at any time. Forex Tester is a great gift for both beginners and for pros because of its unique ability to play out real market trends. While using Forex Tester, you'll be able to speed up the market instantly so you can see if your trade idea worked out right away. You can get 10% off the Forex Tester software right now by using the promo code down in the description below. Build confidence and trade risk-free this holiday season by using Forex Tester, the best way to backtest.